All right, what's up? My face should be covering my face from this recording. This is a private game. Me, Survey 7, and Viblux. They're both good players, but they have less experience than me. We have probably like 2,300 hours just in battle mode. We have like 2,600 total in Doom Eternal. So, the more you play games with good people, the more you realize what you have to do. That goes for like both sides. If you're not playing Demon and Slayer, you're going to miss out on something. Alright, but we're going to show my Slayer games and go over anything. And then we're also going to show the competitive games we had with them. This might be a video series here. Thank you for providing me the content there, Viblux and Survey. Okay, so we actually luck out in this round. They double loot block. This was my warm-up game as Slayer. They had both already played Slayer. So I was hopefully trying to show them this is how you do it, boys. But this round was very close. I'd say the main thing I have over them, obviously, is just battle mode experience. Knowing that, I think the biggest thing is that player demons don't take that much hits unless you're an armored up marauder. So you have to take advantage of when a player demon is out of position, and also when to give up on chasing them, all this kind of stuff. But like I said, this round, not very good. Next round, not very good either. I think I get mopped next round. Like that. Archie puts up his wall. Don't just stand there waiting for him. You could, but if you need to restack a little bit, go kill some other stuff and then come back to him. Try and get poke damage and then on to the next thing. Try and get, like I said, full armor. Get your ammo up. Keep up with your chainsaws. Not easy to do. Do that every once in a while, you know. Sometimes you could eat a barrage to kill the Revenant. Alright, here's round 2. We decided to just get right in and Nick Grit. Hazard eats us up a little bit. Broiling heat. Run into a bunch of things and dead, yeah. Hazard, bunch of Hell Knights. That's what can happen. You have no game plan. So when you're playing this comp, you gotta try not to get hit by broiling heat. So you don't want to be predictable on your ground movement. You want to always be moving. And then you gotta be aware of the Revenant's barrage. You don't want to get hit by a Revenant's barrage. It's gonna set you back a lot in the round, especially if you don't get any shots off on the Revenant. But just know Revenants don't take a lot of damage. They don't have armor, they have haste. So if you get a shot off on a Revenant up close, super shotgun, he's pretty much gonna die from that one shot. Like, he'll probably take 4 or 5 bars off of him. So don't be scared of a Revenant if he's coming at you. Be scared if you can't see him and he's damaging you, you know? Scary Revenant is one where you don't know where the hell he is. But he's non-stop just above you, around you, poking you. Viblux needs a little work on his rev. He floats in the air way too much, too easy to hit. You gotta be dashing around corners kind of like a marauder. Or else I'm just gonna poke or meat hook right to you. If you're just sitting in the air, I'm just gonna meat hook to you. Another thing I've been working on is trying to get a blood punch. So you glory kill a heavy demon in order to get a blood punch, which I wasn't doing for the longest time, like right here. So now you have a blood punch, which can come in handy if there's a bunch of summons around you. You need to just get them out of your way real quick, / do a lot of damage to them. Or if you're out of ammo, definitely help. So it's a good thing to do. But give up on it if the guy's not going to glory kill state, because you get in trouble, like I said, if you stand still too long. Yeah, I was just out in the open, just floating around. You gotta be dashing around corners, shooting down on me. And you gotta predict where guys go. You're like, okay, where's this archvile gonna teleport? Like I said, the more you play the demons and Slayer, you'll know, okay, what's he gonna do? So you can kind of predict, kind of bait stuff out, baiting barrages, all this kind of stuff. Like, you're gonna go up a jump pad. Oh, nope, you don't go up. You go a different way. That kind of stuff. All right, here's game 2, Slayer. So this comp could do a lot of damage to you. Like I said, I try to move around a lot, kill stuff. Revenant's just chilling. I'll be looking for him for sure. Get my blood punch. Same thing with a marauder. If a marauder's not green, don't be scared of them. They still can be hard to hit. Should have ballista boosted earlier instead of trying to hit that shot. Give up on it when you have to have that clock in your head. You're like, okay, not that long before the demons come back. Demon comes back. And they only come back with not very much health, so that's your main goal as Slayer. Try not to lose too much health, but kill one demon at least, you know? You kill a demon, you should be able to kill the other one, depending on your stack, but that's how you stay above the chains. Don't forget about your flame belch. Don't forget about chainsawing. I still have a bad habit of collecting 3 chainsaws. Like, you don't need 3. Get good at ballista boosting, meat hooking. But don't rely on meat hooking because it doesn't come back as consistent as you would want it to. Which is good, because if it did, then it would just be too easy as Slayer. See, that was kind of a deke. I went in there like I was gonna go hot, maybe bait out a barrage, and then I went the other way. But I still know he has one, so ballista boosted away. Saw him standing there, so I just meat hooked to him. Meat hook off this, trying to get the survey. Give up. Give up, restack. Get a chainsaw off at least. Get your blood punch. Definitely got to use that peripheral vision too to see where, like, how much health do you have. That could have been a risky fight. See how I was trying to meat hook the carcass, how long it takes to come back sometimes? But you definitely want to do that as a Slayer. Meat hook PB stuff. Just meat hook to stuff, just to get armor. Like, I know I'm low on health right now. I need to kill stuff instead of focusing too much on the demons. Unless they're out of position like that, then you can kill them. And it feels like me playing Revenant. Nothing against Viblux. He's still learning how to play Demon. Like, this probably would have been a lot harder. And I don't know how much Survey plays Marauder, but let's just say, for example, it was me and me on the other side. Man, oh man, I'd probably be toast. I still need some work on Slayer. I mean, I might do, right? I don't know. Who knows? I was glad we didn't really get much Dread Knight in this. Oh yeah, me, Mim, and Nazara played some games too, but my audio wasn't on right, so it was just muted games. So sorry, Mim and Nazara. Next time we'll get those on record. We're going right to this fodder to chainsaw again. I wanted to have my graphics a little higher, but I also want it to run well. Huh? Alright, now they decided to go double rev. Not really a good map for double rev for one. Especially when you're just floating in the air like that, but you'd still make it work. Alright, I give up. He made the carcass go into glory kill for me. Thanks, Vibla. He was just trying to predict where I was going, but ended up being pretty funny. That was a good barrage, but then he ran right at me. But understandable. We've been going Mastercarve first because our dashing's terrible. So he got a decent barrage off on me, but he's gotta, now you gotta get around corners instead of just floating in the air like that. You also want to barrage when you're closer. Then the spread will be less of a spread. Alright, those are both too far away. That was almost a good one. I think it hit the wall a little bit. How's that? Alright, now this is Survey 7's second go around. So he just saw me slay. Now he's like, oh, okay. It's not that hard to kill player demons, so he gets more aggressive. And he does a lot better. Just as I was saying, see how the barrage didn't really do anything? I thought it was going to be closer, but that's why moving a lot, ballista boosting a lot is good. Meat hooking a lot makes it harder to hit a barrage. If you're not hitting a barrage, not easy to do consistent damage with the Revenant. And Revenant, or all demons, Tactician's always a good upgrade. Yeah, because you get your haste back faster, you get your hazard back faster. Probably even get your barrage back faster. See how I'm not floating directly in the air? If I am in the air, I'm going to be trying... Only if he's not looking at me will I be in the air like that. If he decides to start looking at me, we're trying to get around a corner somewhere. Yeah, you pop shot behind walls and whatnot. You're like a little assassin. Same with Marauder. Once the Slayer gets close to you, your primary objective is to not get hit. See? Like that. Now he's focused on him. Hop in with a barrage. There you have it. Unstable trigger. Viblux said Mank is tough here. You just gave him added fuel to the fire, Viblux. Man, we would have won. Nice ballista boost. That would have been a good barrage if someone didn't do that. That's what Survey has good. He's a... I already tell he's gonna be a monster. Alright, this is where you don't want to challenge as a Revenant. Now, I mean, he's 4 bars. You can kind of challenge smartly. You know, I got my hazard coming. I got my barrage coming back. So I know that. Give him one of those, and I didn't think he was gonna die, to be honest, but all of those rockets hit. That was unstable trigger, so it hits. So the Slayer, you gotta be very careful of that. And then if you miss as a Revenant, you're vulnerable because you're just sitting there. Let's say he would have ballista boosted right there past the barrage, then he could have just meat hooked me and killed me. They're always taking a risk barraging as a Revenant, especially when you're the only one alive. Double block, that doesn't help. Oh, he would have probably been toast if we didn't do that. Nice, ballista boost again. I tried to put my hazard earlier on the staircase, didn't work. Now he comes after me. Smart. He has me vulnerable. See that he's not focusing me, so I tried to get some poke damage off. Now he's coming for me though. Does a good job finding me. Got team heal. I did demonic onslaught. I don't like always using team heal. Double block again. Avoided that one. It's okay to double block in games, you know, it makes it more exciting. If you have loot blocks coordinated, that's what makes it really hard as a Slayer. You gotta be really dialed in. Dang, we still could have had him right here, I think. I didn't put my hazard up soon enough. Almost got him with that barrage, but it's hard to hit air barrages. If I would have hit that rocket, may have killed him. It's close. But yeah, playing the first time, you see how he just went for the mink. He got a lot more aggressive. I probably should have done that barrage 1.5 seconds sooner, and I might have got him on the ledge, but he effed my life up there. GG. Way to learn. This game, he did the same thing. He was hunting the mink, so I tried to help him out. It felt like I was getting some DS hits on me, but we'll see. See which ones they are. I definitely made some bad dashes. Like that. Had nowhere to go. Yeah, Viblux is always in the open. That's your thing you need to work on the most, Viblux. You gotta hide a little more. Be behind walls and stuff. So this round I was like, alright, we're definitely trying to damage as much as possible when he's on the mink. Haste over there. Got my haste going in. Right here. I took like 3 bars of health right there. I thought my shield was protecting me. I don't know what happened. This is my next bad dash right here. Right to the wall. Alright, so we wanted to get that one back, so we had to be Marauder. I think Marauder's the best demon for carrying by yourself because you can do the most damage. So any mistake Slayer makes, you can punish. Of course, you have the Dread Knight too, but we don't like the Dread Knight. Still think the Marauder could be better than the Dread Knight. Like, if you really want to be a Dread Knight, I mean, I guess you could play just by the portals, but he's still tough. And I messed up. I armored up, went for some shotguns. Okay, now he goes right for me. I armor up. I wasn't gonna have a chance to run away. Lighting me up for having armor on. We still could have got a good amount of damage off. Like if he would have landed a barrage right there or something. It seemed a little laggy, kind of, but not every round's gonna be perfect. And he still probably hit like all of his shots. Just sometimes can seem like that. So we're like, all right, in my head, on to the next round. Sure enough, we demolish him in this round. Not a good has. That's what I mean by like getting axes off. Using your double jump and double dash to like be around walls but still get potential damage off. You gotta be a little ghost. A little ninja. I don't know how that didn't kill him. Viblux said, nice has right there. Snipe, even though I don't even think it was the has, I think it was the shotgun. And we try not to go team heal, like I said. We go demonic onslaught or even Baron. I don't mind the Baron, just one more thing to get in the way of the Slayer. Man, the axes explode, so if you don't hit a direct axe, so say you throw your axe in front of the Slayer to where he's going to go after a glory kill or a chainsaw, it'll explode. So just always be throwing axes when you're not in shotgun range to where he might be going. Try and keep up with his restack. I wanted to place the hazard above him right there. We weren't going to challenge him, but then he caught us off guard. We wanted to get up on that ledge, but we missed. Missed again. We were failing. Even with all that, a good block still potentially could have killed him. Not easy to restack when you get a perfect time block. That's why it's so tough when you're facing demons with coordinated loot blocks. That's 4 seconds if they're both alive right by you, ready to attack you, and you get CC'd or whatnot. Just, you're dead. This was close. Sometimes you just risk it for the biscuit. You're not always going to win.
Final round. Fight. Slayer root blocked.
Put my demonic onslaught on. I'm purple now. I don't know how that lucky axe right there. If he would have kept going right there, he probably would have killed me. But
Slayer health critical. Demon health critical. Demon healed. Slayer root blocked.
game. Now this is Viblux's second go at it. Unlucky for him, he had to go against Dread Knight. Just one game though. We don't like Dread Knights. Like I said, we played against Mimical and Nazara earlier. We told Mim, I'll play privates if there's no Dread Knight. He can beat him potentially, but it's too boring, man. You gotta hang out by the portal. You gotta rely on not getting done dirty. I don't like it. It's not fun. Any other comp's fun to play against, I think. Make the scariest demon, Dread Knight, have like the best mobility. He's the best platforming demon. You can just teleport anywhere you want. and you could also leap anywhere you want. And then you get your berserk, and that's like another escape. Because once you have a berserk, player ain't gonna fight you, because when you're shooting him in berserk mode, you don't do any damage, I feel like. So yeah, he's tough to deal with. Not to mention, all you gotta do is press left click when you're close to the Slayer, and you damage the crap out of the Slayer. You don't take any skill. So if the Slayer is low on health, you're dead. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're dead. Unless, like, you luckily get a glory kill or 3 in a row or something. Or a couple chainsaws. Just too much. No. No thanks. I try not to be super dirty with the wall. You can be really dirty with the Archvile wall. If you time it perfect, the Slayer's just gonna get stuck into it. I don't like that. I try to put the wall up early. Like that, kind of. I do get like a perfect time one where it's not too dirty, but it's still pretty dirty.
Slayer root blocked. Demon health critical.
And for every demon, try and hit as many left click shots as you can. This is the one I'm talking about. I don't know.
Slayer health critical.
And the Dread Knight finished him off.
Round one.
I think this is Viblux's best game right here.
Slayer root blocked.
And if you know, like, a Revenant stalking behind you like I was right there, you just take a chance and just ballista boost backwards out of nowhere and then try and kill me. Like I said, all it takes is one right play as a Slayer, or one wrong play as a demon, and you're dead.
Slayer health critical. Slayer killed.
I think you might have got stuck in the carcass shield.
One.
After these games, we'll probably play the first ones in a different video. See where they went wrong.
Slayer health critical. Slayer killed.
There is definitely sometimes latency favors a side. Sometimes hard to know though.
Health critical.
I just said I was gonna die right there anyway, so I was trying to get double damage off, as much damage as I could before he killed me.
Slayer root blocked. You will resurrect soon. Slayer root blocked. Health critical.
Yeah, I was floating in the air right there, but I wasn't really worried about him meat hooking towards me. He hasn't done that to me yet.
You died.
Right here, he should have platformed up there.
Health critical. Demons killed.
What you always want to do when you're kiting. That's why another reason Marauder's so good. You can jump high, you can dash fast, he's hard to hit. But yeah, you can platform up and down really fast. Not to mention he can like fall off of a ledge and then jump back up. So you can really do some good deeks with Marauders. Whereas these other demons, it's it's easier to make a mistake and then be really punished.
Slayer route blocked. Slayer route blocked. Slayer route blocked.
I was hoping I was gonna get him right there after his glory kill, but he ended up getting another one.
Demon health critical. Slayer health critical.
Oh, and I missed all my shots, or I hit one, but
You died. Round
that's why
lost.
sometimes Marauder is the best, I think, too, for his hit scan. Like, if I had a shotgun right there,
Fight.
alright, gamer face on. Demonic Onslaught activated.
Slayer route blocked. Slayer health critical.
That was it. GG's, boys. Thanks for the games. Like I said, we'll show the other ones maybe next video. We'll see. You know? The longer I make videos, the less I get to play. Alright, thanks for watching.